That was fun. 11-minute delay in getting the show started. Let me double check everything. Running okay. We got some warnings up here flashing. All right. I think we're good to get going. This is Geek News Central. My name is Todd Cochran, coming to you from FEMA Region 5 in the new media production studio, designed by Automute.com in Coldwater, Michigan. The Secret Service bought location data. The United States tightens the screws on Huawei. Epic/Apple has an epic battle going on. Matter of fact, it's going nuclear. Cities are suing Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, saying that they owe cable franchise fees. As the world turns, I want to welcome you to episode 1468 of the Geek News Central podcast. For Monday, August 17th, this show is sponsored in part by GoDaddy.com and listeners just like you. Great deals from GoDaddy can be found at Geek News Central. Supporting of this show can be done at geeknewscentral.com/insider, and great deals from GoDaddy can be found at geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. I'm moving switches and not following my script. You think I would know this by heart by now, but hey, welcome to all the brand new listeners. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking the podcast out for the very first time. And it's real simple. To get involved with the show, all you really have to do is go over to geeknewscentral.com. When you're on the website, just get subscribed to the podcast. You're going to find links there on the right-hand column. Get subscribed to the newsletter while you're over there. And of course, I want you to, come back on a regular basis and read all the great content that's on the website. You can join our chat room at geeknews.chat. That's a Mastodon chat server, our Discord channel, or our Slack channel at geeknews@gmail.com to get on that list. That's also my contact email address. If you've got comments about today's show, all you got to do is email me over there. I'm on Twitter at Geek News. And of course, you can follow me on Facebook. Partner shows are all linked to geeknewscentral.com. And most importantly, this show is sponsored by the longest running continuous sponsor of a podcast. That's our good friends at GoDaddy.com. All the great deals, all the great savings can be found at geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. All you got to do is go over to the website, lock in some deals, save a lot of money, whether it be a 30% of a new product purchase, whether it be a free trial of GoDaddy website builder, your choice of personal business or business plus plans. Get a 1-month free trial on that. Or you can pick up a $4.99.com on newer transferred domains for new customers only. And the two best deals in this whole offering is $1 a month economy hosting for the first year with a free domain, and $1 a month managed WordPress hosting, again, for the first year with a free domain. $12 get you going with a website, get you everything you need to get started, get online, and you get that free domain name to get going as well. This is the best investment. We do not know what the future is going to hold right now with COVID. As the flu season starts off, they could try to put us back in a lockdown again. And depending on who wins the election, all bets are off. We just have no idea what they're going to do. Either one of them, I think. So what we really need to consider here is, how can I get myself on track to build myself a business, an online website, something that I can basically Rona-proof myself, so I have some options if things go sideways again. So for $12 is a very inexpensive investment. Again, you get $1 a month economy hosting for the first year, $1 managed WordPress hosting for the first year. And I'm curious, as we've been doing this show all this time, how many of you have taken advantage of that? How many of you thought about doing something? And it doesn't take a lot. They got all kinds of great tools, lots of plugins, shopping carts, you name it, you can get set up. Again, get over to GoDaddy, geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. Thanks for GoDaddy being a sponsor here. GoDaddy really pays for everything. It keeps the lights on, my insurance paid here, keeps your donations and everything else all together keeps this operation go. And I get a very meek, if I'm lucky at the end of the year, a very meek amount of dollars. Very meek. This year, probably not. But we definitely appreciate you. And you use these promo codes. It helped us do what we do here and keep things going. Otherwise, I have to move to the barn. Hey, Richard, thanks. And everyone else that's watching the show, thanks for being here. And so what's going on? This weekend, new media show on Saturday. I stayed here and worked on several projects. We've been having trouble with the internet at the compound. It's been bad. So bad, YouTube videos wouldn't play. I was able to watch a Netflix video, but I couldn't get YouTube just sit there and spin. And of course, you call the internet. Oh, we're having no problem, sir. Yeah, right. So it's been bad. As a matter of fact, I had good luck using my Verizon connection rather than the in-house internet. Just shit. So I was working here because I had no internet at the house, and that just is not good because I'm here too much. So yeah, it's just kind of a working weekend. Then so I've been thinking about this campsite project. Talk to you guys a little bit. The bugs are starting to decrease a little bit, and thinking about doing this campsite project. So little by little, picking the site, which I have a pretty good idea where it's going to be, and then clearing the area. And if I have to cut a couple of trees down, I will, but make the area big enough and everything set up and a campfire and, everything I'm going to need to bring. I'd like to get one of those canvas tents, but, they're expensive. Holy cow. The little nylons you get from your local store, those don't cost anything, but those canvas tents, holy cow. And you can't leave them up in the winter. And that's what I really kind of want to do. I want something I can leave up during the winter, but that's not going to fly. It'll be crushed before spring. And you're going to spend that kind of money on a canvas tent. It just don't work. So anyway, that will be a continued work in progress here. And, yeah, so we'll see what happens. Again, we've got 75 acres. So I got plenty of place to put something that's all wooded and don't have to really worry about intruders or anything. I was actually looking to see if I could find someone had like an old camper, but then I got to thinking about it. If I do something like that, then I'm going to end up with something in the middle of the woods I'm going to have to pull out 2 or 3 years, and that's going to be a mess. So I keep it as rugged as possible at this point. But anyway, just my thoughts, and otherwise, that's what's been going on. Hope you're doing well. We got a great show for you tonight. Lots of stuff to chat about. Lots of stuff in this stack here to go through. First things first, Secret Service has been buying location data pulled from common apps. Normally, law enforcement would need a warrant or a court order to access that kind of data. But internal documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act shows that the agency spent $35,000 for a 1-year subscription to Babel Street product Locate X. So let me read that again. 1-year subscription to Babel Street's product Locate X, which tracks the location devices via data harvested from popular apps. So with Locate X, an agency like the Secret Service could, for instance, create a geofence around a crime scene. It could then identify mobile phones that were in that area prior to the crime and see where those devices traveled before or after the incident. Police took that approach following a robbery in 2019, and they ended up investigating an innocent cyclist. Remember, we talked about that. We also talked about how back in March, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection purchased Locate X, and a former Babel Street employee told Protocol that the Secret Service and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, were using location tracking tech as well. So, but Motherboard has the first confirmation that the Secret Service did, in fact, purchase Locate X as well. So this is not a new issue. Now, here's the thing. Oh, they bought this data. It's publicly available. Anyone can buy it. You got the money, you can buy it. How do you think? How do you think all this cross promotion, cross marketing, everything is going to now? Is because they're taking this data that everyone has opted into and all these different apps that no one reads the terms of service for, and they're buying location data with this. Are you surprised? They don't need a warrant. This is public. This is information that you have made available, and they're selling it as a business. The money is in the data, folks. Look, they spent $35,000. Looks like 2 other agencies did as well. So they got at least $100,000 from the U.S. government. In 2018, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that law enforcement needs a warrant to perform cell phone tower searches, but they're not doing cell phone tower searches. They're just buying the raw data. Senator Ron Wyden has reported planning legislation to block law enforcement from purchasing products like Locate X, but anyone else can. Any Joe on the street can do this. Got $35,000. You can buy the subscription data. You can buy the location data of these phones. So, what say you? Do you care? Probably not, because we're all using these apps all the time. The United States has tightened the restrictions on Huawei to close trade loopholes. It's not going to allow Huawei to go through third parties or buy off-the-shelf chips. So today, the Commerce Department announced this expansion of trade restrictions. The restrictions include chips made by foreign firms, get this, that have been developed or produced with U.S. software and technology. In other words, if you're using a U.S. technology to print the chip, you can't buy it. If you've used U.S.-based software to design the chip, you can't use it. According to Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, original rules imposed in May allowed Huawei to go through third parties or use commercial available off-the-shelf products. This new rule makes it clear that any use of American software, American fabrication equipment is banned and requires a license. The U.S. is also adding another 38 Huawei affiliates from 21 countries to the U.S. government's economic blacklist. That brings the total of banned Huawei affiliates to 152. And this comes just days after the Commerce Department stopped granting Huawei temporary licenses to keep supporting existing U.S. companies. The hammer continues, and the noose continues to be tightened around Huawei. So this goes back to a lot of things I keep talking to you guys about. So, trade sanctions, tariffs, new trade deal, putting the screws on Huawei. The Chinese are pissed. So, could they have done something to retaliate? I'll let you decide. Epic, boy oh boy. Epic is the company behind Fortnite. Epic says Apple threatens catastrophic response in 2 weeks if Fortnite doesn't comply with the rules. Apple now threatens to cut off developer agreement. So, they've got 14 days, and Apple will terminate Epic's inclusion in the Apple Developer Program, a membership that's necessary to distribute apps on iOS or use Apple's developer tools if the company does not cure your breaches. That's what they said to the agreement within 2 weeks, according to a letter from Apple that was shared by Epic. Epic won't be able to notarize Mac apps either, a process that could make installing Epic software more difficult or block it altogether. Apple requires that all apps are notarized before they can be run on newer versions of Mac OS. More control, more control. Even if they're distributed outside the App Store. Epic has filed for a preliminary injunction against Apple, asking the court to stop the company from cutting it off. Epic says it will be irreparably harmed long before final judgment comes if it does not obtain the injunction. Apple's actions will irreparably damage Epic's reputation among Fortnite users and will be catastrophic for the future of the separate Unreal Engine business. This is what the Epic Unreal Engine business is a lot of game developers are developing games using their Unreal Engine. So Apple's got these folks by the short hairs. So you don't want to comply. You don't want to give us a 30% toll. You will cease and desist. You will call into compliance with the agreement. You will not collect money without giving us our cut. You will do this, or we will remove you. So Apple is got good lawyers, obviously, and it's hard to know exactly how the damaging the move would be. But Epic paints it as grandiose and dire. The cascading effects of using the ongoing Unreal Engine compatibility will threaten the viability of the engine and disrupt development of a constellation of apps and uses it rely on its graphics to render hundreds of video games. I don't blame these folks having to give 30% of their revenue to Apple. I don't blame them. I really, really don't. And I think Apple at this point is probably headed towards a time where this monopoly and what they're allowed to do, same thing with Amazon, is probably getting a lot more scrutiny now. So we'll see where this goes. They got a hard decision to make. My guess is they're going to acquiesce. And so what does that do to the court rulings? I don't know. We'll find out. And a more crazy thing, cities, because people are cutting their cable bills, right? They're cutting their cable. So they're losing revenue. Cities are losing revenue through their agreements with cable providers. So cities have sued Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, claim they owe cable franchise fees. Cities are demanding 5% of revenue, claim online video use is using the public right-of-way. 4 cities in Indiana are suing Netflix and other video companies, claiming that online video providers and satellite TV operators should have to pay the same franchise fees like cable companies pay for using local rights-of-way. So this was done on August 4th in the Indiana Commercial Court in Marion County. The cities of Indianapolis, Evansville, Valparaiso, and Fishers want the companies to pay the cable franchise fees established in Indiana's Video Service Franchise Act, which requires the payments of 5% of gross revenue in each city. The lawsuit is based on the unusual legal argument and doesn't seem likely to succeed. Essentially, the cities are claiming that Netflix and similar providers use the public rights of way simply by offering video streaming services over the internet. Netflix is clearly not a cable operator. They don't have to build physical infrastructure in each city to offer online video. So they aren't developing their own wires on public rights of way. So we'll see where this goes. But U.S. law defines a cable system as a facility consisting of a set of closed transmission paths. So basically, in Indiana, if you're an internet service provider, you got to pay a $5 franchise fee. You got to pay that to the city. So if you paid $100 for your cable bill, your cable provider has to pay $5 to the city, and that's a line item on your bill. Believe me, they take that out. They get extra money to cover that. So that money is dwindling as people cut the cord. And it goes to internet only, across those same lines. Historically, satellite service haven't had to pay the franchise fee. For years, cable companies have called the franchise fees unfair because competitors who don't need the right-of-way That's right, but they had to punch up a satellite. Such a satellite TV services or online video service don't have to pay cities a dime. So DirecTV doesn't. They go over the air. They pay for satellite access, pay for frequency access. So how much are they losing? The Porter City Council raised $446,000 in video franchise fees last year, $457,000 in 2018, and $476,000 in 2017. So you can see with the numbers going down. But the cities point to raw definition of video services contained in Indiana's Video Services Franchise Act. So we'll see where this goes. There's another one of these cases that's going on in Missouri. It's been going on since 2018. This week, SpaceX going to put some more Starlink satellites in the air. The Starlink satellite, boy, I can't wait for that. I hope it works as good as they say it's going to. But anyway, they're going to set a new record here. And there's a big milestone that potentially could happen here. So when they send its latest batch and a few of planet Earth's observing metal birds to orbit this week, it's going to be using the Falcon 9 booster that Elon Musk company is currently set to launch, has previously flown on 3 earlier Starlink missions, as well as 2 commercial satellite delivery gigs. This means its flight for this week, will be its 6th. A new mark for single orbital rocket. Six launches. That's incredible. You think about that. So, and this will be the 100th mission for SpaceX over the company's history. And the Falcon 9 stage could actually set 2 new records on the same day. Again, by first launching for the 6th time and then landing for the 6th time, which it will attempt on the drone ship. And so it's set for launch at 7:31 a.m. Pacific time from Cape Canaveral in Florida. So it has an 80% success, 80% launch. So again, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, which will be 10:31 Eastern. So I'll definitely be tuning in for that if I remember. So very, very cool. Google has reportedly sent identifying information of extremist users to law enforcement, but apparently was inconsistent in taking down the same offending content. So Google may have shared identifying information of certain users with law enforcement, according to a report from The Guardian. Leaked documents indicate the company's cybercrime investigation group has been forwarding data like real names, street addresses, credit card numbers, Gmail and recovery emails, as well as IP addresses from recent logins. In some cases, the CIG reportedly also included copies of comments made on Google platforms like YouTube, which include threats of racist and terrorist violence. While working with law enforcement to tackle dangerous individuals as part of the process of reducing risk to the general public, the advocates that the Guardian spoke to are concerned that Google is simply handing off responsibility. In a few cases, it seemed the company passed along information about individuals displaying concerning behavior that did not take down the comments that threw up red flags. A Google spokesperson told Engadget, if we reasonably believe that we can prevent someone from dying or from suffering some physical harm, we may provide relevant information to a government agency. We consider these data disclosures in light of applicable laws and our policies. So, I'll go ahead and link this in the show notes, of course, with the information here about who, what, and where, because there is some of that in there. Amazon is facing antitrust probe in Canada. This should not come as a surprise. Canada's Competition Bureau said Friday has launched an investigation into Amazon's marketplace conduct in the country and whether it had hurt businesses and companies operating in the country. You think? Investigators plan to look at whether Amazon's sway over third-party sellers prevent them from offering products on competing marketplaces, among other issues. Well, that's going to be a slam dunk. It comes as Amazon faces antitrust probes in the United States and Europe as well. So the door may be closing here. Germany's going to probe whether Amazon influenced prices during the pandemic. It says Amazon must not be a controller of prices, the nation's antitrust chief said. So we are currently investigating whether and how Amazon influences how traders set prices on the marketplace. In the United States, Amazon was accused of charging astronomical prices for things like masks and hand sanitizers early on. However, Germany regulators appear to be focused not on price gouging, but instead on Amazon making prices artificially low. According to Month, the probe kicked off after third-party vendors complained that Amazon had blocked them because of high prices. They say Amazon must not be a controller of prices. Amazon says policy to ensure that partners set competitive but not inflated prices. Amazon and some partners set their own product prices in our store. Our system is designed to take actions against price gouging. This is the opposite. So the president has joined TikTok rival Triller. Never even heard of it before. So I guess on Triller, the social media app has 11,000 followers. So we know TikTok was banned in India 2 months ago. The president wants to follow suit if it doesn't get sold here. So both India and the United States, for data collected by TikTok, could be given to the Chinese government. So I guess they're all in communication. I bet the closer we get, the more screws Microsoft is going to put on TikTok. All right, there's some new stuff on Netflix for March. I'm not going to go into the list. It's available in the show notes. You can look it up. But so week of August 16th, a bunch of new stuff is available. Google is experimenting with a new Chrome battery saving feature. So basically, the Google Chrome browser, which can be a bit of a pig at time, they're going to teach it how to not be such a battery hog in settings that you can change and settings that actually website owners could put on their websites to help you save power. So we'll see how the adoption happens over time here. All right, best power banks for under $30. You know what I'm finding now is I've got a bunch of power banks here that have the old charging standard 0.5, 1.0. They don't have the new high amperage charger features. It's really quite annoying. I have to really look. I found a charger I've had around here for a number of years called Rav Power today. Actually, I got it hooked to my phone, and I got it on a 2 amp output. Most of my other ones don't have 2 amps of charging power. I know that's not the highest some phones can take, but it definitely charges the phone faster than having it on 1 amp. But if you're looking for some power banks under $30, the link will be up in the show notes for you to check out. NASA caught a pretty cool view of Aurora meeting air glow over the Earth. So it is kind of a cool picture. So it's always amazing what the astronauts catch from the International Space Station. Also here, a YouTuber has built a device that shoots masks right into people's faces. It's pretty ridiculous. Don't waste your 9 minutes and 39 seconds watching the video. But someone had too much time on his hands, so he made an air gun that blows masks at people. That when I looked at it and when saw the demo, I said, well, somebody's eyeball can get taken out from that. So I'm just, and of course, there was no shortage of people that wanted to try it shooting at a dummy's face. They didn't. I don't think they actually shot it at anybody. Probably smart, probably pretty high liability there, but don't try this at home, kids, okay? Star Trek Short Takes Season 2, free to stream until the end of August. The CBS All Access show delivers Tribble, Spock, and tardigrade action in space. So 6 episodes of the second season will be available as a teaser. And so I need to be aware of that. So this headline really surprised me. Facebook left 6,500 gallons of drilling fluid off the coast of Oregon. Okay, now let me read that again. Not Shell, not Mobile One, not any company that's bringing in pipelines or anything, but Facebook left 6,500 gallons of drilling fluid off the coast of Oregon. So what were they doing? Well, they're planning a landing site for undersea telecommunication cable, and they basically hit a snag. A drill bit broke and got stuck after hitting a rock about 50 feet underneath the seafloor. And long story short here, they left a bunch of tools and this drilling fluid. It's kind of a sand type of fluid, I guess. Don't know how to describe it, but the state of Oregon is not happy. And they've given Facebook a couple of options. And one of them is probably going to be a pretty big check. And so this is a negative environmental issue for Facebook, not being a good eco steward. And Facebook themselves determined there would be any negative environmental or public health impact by leaving the drill or the drilling fluid on the seafloor. They just left it. 1,600 gallons, no sweat. So there you go. Facebook being a good steward of the ecology. Microsoft will bid farewell to Internet Explorer and Legacy Edge in 2021. You guys feel I'm being a little cynical tonight? I'm just a little bit grumpy. Oh, I didn't realize it till now. But yeah, I think so. Maybe it's just because I'm already tired and it's only Monday. But Microsoft will bid farewell to Internet Explorer and Legacy Edge in 2021. Microsoft, just stop. Get rid of your browsers. It's, I think you've lost. Did you know there's still one Blockbuster still open? If they haven't burned it down yet, it's in Dutchess County, Oregon. You can host a slumber party in the world's last remaining Blockbuster video store. The Blockbuster is located in Bend, Oregon, and households up to 4 people can book it for one of 3 available nights, September 18th, 19th, or 20th. Booking opens today. A stay will cost you $4 per night. You can spend a night in the store. You can watch all the movies you want. They'll have a VHS, beanbag, a folder, a fold-out sofa, snacks, and TV available for you. Renters will have access to the store's full selection of movies and are encouraged to wear your favorite 90s denim. And there is a entertaining Engadget video about this Blockbuster that is actually still open and still doing a good amount of business. And if you want some nostalgia, it's basically, they say people are walking up and they're still got new movies. Believe it or not, new DVDs still coming in, not just old stuff, new. Have any of you got, I'm going to put the word out. Do you have DVDs that you don't want anymore? Do you have a collection of DVDs or just kind of collecting dust? You think about putting them in a garage sale for 50 cents a piece? How about a donation to your geek care? Because I'm building a movie collection because my internet's so bad. I'm building a movie collection by burning DVDs. And if you'd like to donate DVDs to me, they're just laying around anyway, right? It'd be fantastic. If you've already burned them or you're not worried about them no more or something you're not going to watch anymore and you want to donate DVDs to me, I'm all good. I raise my thumb here saying, yes, send them. You need an address, drop me an email. But, I know that sometimes you find stuff 50 cents or $1, and you look at them and they're all tore up. But I'm trying to build and basically I'm digitizing it all and doing that with the family home videos and stuff as well. But if you want to donate DVDs to the Geek News Central podcast. I'd really love that type of a donation. Most of you are like rolling your eyeballs because you're all watching Netflix and because you all got high-speed internet. This weekend wasn't so good. All right, Apple will now give customers an entire year to buy an extended warranty for products. No more having to make a decision at Apple Care within 60 days. I'm sure that comes at some sort of risk. iPhone, iPad, Mac, and other. I'm sure there is some sort of catch. Accidental coverage to the plans, the time frame lightened to 60 days. Apple's gone back and forth how long iPhone customers have. So anyway, take a look at this and know that you're going to be able to buy your extended warranty on some products for up to a year, which is pretty good considering. I know people try to sneak in and buy an extended warranties after they've already broke something, but I don't know what type of requirement they're going to have on that. All right, a robot boat completes a 3-week Atlantic mission. Was driving around in the Atlantic. The 12-meter uncrewed surface vessel, USV Maxlimer, has completed a 22-day mission to map an area of seafloor in the Atlantic. SeaKit International developed the craft, skippered the entire outing via satellite from its base in Tollesbury in eastern England. Was done over satellite. The mission was funded in part by the European Space Agency. And now robot boats may be making an appearance at some point. Freight companies are starting to invest heavily in remote boating. So no longer will there be crews on stuff at some point. Just the big shipping containers going across the ocean by themselves. They largely do anyway now. The crews are on board for safety and maintenance and stuff like that. But if maintenance can be put off, why have someone on the ship? Verizon Mix and Match wireless plans add more Disney streaming. On top of Disney Plus, some plans now include Hulu and ESPN Plus. I heard someone talking about ESPN. I can't remember where I heard it, but boy, they were just dogging it. Like, there's no sports. Why do I need ESPN Plus? They're doing bait and switch and blah, blah, blah. People pissed off about ESPN. So you can get, with a start unlimited, $35, you can get Disney Plus and Apple Music. For $45, you can get Hulu, Disney, and ESPN Plus and Apple Music. For $55, you get Hulu, Disney, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus included, Apple Music. And anyway, so bundle plans with Verizon. Apple's also expanding independent repair shop programs to Mac computers. This is big news. Again, I'll say it again. Apple expands independent repair shop program to Mac computers. With an uptick of 21.6% in Mac sales to $7 billion, many employees shifted working from home. It's making it harder for people to get their Macs repaired. So this is what Apple's saying after all these years. When a device needs repairs, we want people to have access to a safe and reliable solution. This latest expansion joins 1,000 repair locations we've added over the past 2 years. We're looking forward to bringing that convenient and trustworthy repair experience to our Mac users. Apple's shift in repair practices came after years of calls from right-to-repair groups who had criticized the company for, among other things, only providing genuine parts and training manuals to firms such as Best Buy, etc. Smaller shops has argued that the program was too costly to join. So now, with the independent repair program, Apple's begun to offer selling parts and provide free training courses to independent shops to perform out-of-warranty work. So at the end of the day, we either have a free market to fix devices we own or we don't, as quoted by Nathan Proctor, head of the U.S. Public Research Interest Group Right to Repair campaign. So this is big. And local repair shops might now actually get some more business because they can be Apple certified to repair stuff. So, Toby, I will pay shipping on those. So, awesome. Hey, thanks. I know some here say, I want to get rid of my DVDs. Send them on over. Apple TV Plus offers subscribers Showtime and CBS All Access for $10 a month. All these bundles are coming, folks. Apple TV Plus offers subscribers Showtime and CBS All Access for $10 monthly. This is Apple's first content bundle and a 52% discount. CBS All Access, normally $9.99 a month for the ad-free tier, with Showtime normally $10.99 a month, now just for $9.99. The bundle will give users and up to 6 family members access to CBS and Showtime content without ads. You still need an Apple TV subscription, currently at $4.99 a month. So I think I've got a 1-year trial right now. I don't even think I've even looked at it. All right, Chrome is going to soon let you know if a web form is unsecure. And it's going to turn off autofill on forms that aren't submitted through HTTPS. So this is Google going a step further to protect people's information when they try to submit details through unsecured web forms. Starting in the M86 build, Chrome will raise a red flag on forms that are not on secure HTTPS. So that's interesting. I actually sent this note over to my team. I'm sure they're going to be like, we're good, don't worry. But I just let them know. Best routers with parental controls in 2020. So if you are needing to lock down your routers so that the kiddies can't get to those very famous porn sites, they're saying the best overall is the TP-Link Archer AX50. Best value is the Asus RT AC66U. Best Wi-Fi 6 value, the Asus RT A56U. There's the Nest Wi-Fi routers, the best mesh, best for gaming is the Netgear Nighthawk R8000. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. But link will be up in the show notes. So parental controls. You know, I tried to do those parental controls before on my routers. It was such a pain. It really was. Back in the day, it wasn't that pretty. That's been, of course, I haven't had to secure a router for teenagers in a while. After all, they have their own phones. They're going to get to this stuff regardless. So how to speed up your home internet and Wi-Fi and the cheap? Well, there's a good article from PC World on how to do that. So if you are having troubles with your home internet, this might be a way to do that. $17 is what it costs him to do it. So definitely check it out. Hey, I want to thank Kirk for highlighting one of the posts on Geek News Central today. Google posted open letters to Australians to avoid revenue sharing. In April of this year, Australian Competition and Consumer Commission created a mandatory code of conduct that required Google and Facebook to pay media companies for news. Large companies like Google and Facebook tend to resist having to share the money they make. According to The Guardian, Google started targeting Australians with pop-up ads that link to an open letter that appears to be designed to scare people. Google doesn't want a proposed law called News Media Bargaining Code to go into effect. And Google's open letter to Australians has a bright yellow caution sign at the top of it. Caution signs tend to make people nervous, wondering why a site has been flagged. With the warning, in that case, Google intentionally put it there. So they're playing a little hardball here. And this is when people have power, what they can do, and how they can change things. Best Motorola phones. Yes, Motorola phones in 2020. And the Moto G continues to come in as a great phone. The Moto G Stylus is another one. But all these are pretty good value from a cost perspective, a couple $100. The link will be up in the show notes on that. And finally, that's it for me. Hey, and by the way, we had no conspiracies today. Our conspiracy organizer, I think he was a little delayed, or maybe he's a little heat stroke with the heat wave that's going on out in California. I know he was, I saw a post about him complaining about the heat. But hey, welcome to what we had this summer. 100-degree temperatures. It was crazy. Anyway, no conspiracy stuff today on the show, obviously. And didn't get a lot of feedback from my podcast last week, which was kind of curious. I would have thought I would have gotten a little bit, but pretty silent goes the word. But I did get an email back. Let me find it here, and I do appreciate this. Is that the right box? Yep. I got an email from Bob. He says, "Hey Todd, you had said for me to send you my PayPal address so you could send me the $20 for the missing rocker segment. Instead of doing that, why don't you use it for a one-time donation for Geek News Central for me? Thanks and stay safe, Bob." Bob, thank you so much. That was nice. That's a nice way to do a donation, is to return the award money. I definitely appreciate it, and thank you for your generosity. Very gracious, and thank you. I know money's tight for many people now, and you wholeheartedly deserved it for your attempt. But we do appreciate the in-kind donation like that. It is appreciated. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you folks tonight. We're going to get out of here. Even though I had a little problem getting out of the gate today, and finding a little grumpiness here. You know, I'll just kind of end this on a comment I made the other day. It's August 17th, and I got Zoom burnout. I need some more downtime. There's no place to go. It's bad. Mentally, I'm fine, but I know this has got to be tough. And as I was talking with Rob about it on the new media show just a little bit, getting ready to go back. Kids are supposed to go back to school, and they're not. I know my son did his first day of school today on Zoom. So he did online classes today. He'll be doing 2 days of online classes, no school on Wednesday, or they're giving enough homework to work Wednesday. Then he'll be Thursday, Friday in the classroom. And at least I think that's what they're doing right now. I think they had a change, so maybe they didn't, because they had a teacher come down sick in one of the schools in Hawaii. But he's old enough where he can self-manage. So it's rough. I parents that maybe have young kids, what they're going to do here in the school district that the Quincy school district that my niece and nephews go to is 2 days on, 1 day off, and they're going to split the school, and then kindergartners through fifth graders don't have to wear a mask in the class, which I found to be interesting. How are you going to get them to comply with that, right? So, or they're going to be sharing it, because one's going to come in with a, Star Wars mask or something, or, whatever they're wearing these days. And the kids are going to be trading masks or whatever. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But, I think we've all been patient going through all this, and we're at a point now where it's like, hey, it's freaking the end of, it's going to be September before March, April, May, June, July, 6 months of this. And, it's got to the point where I think we're all just a little done with everything going on. And, I know I am. I'm just, usually I would have been in and out of here, traveling, going down to Columbus, staying busy. It'd been a different kind of tired, but, I'm going to reserve the right, if I'm just having a crappy ass day, to not do the show. We're on track. We're doing okay this year for the number of episodes. What else? I have no other place to go. And, and you guys you're doing good. So we're 32, if I count that right, 32 episodes away from breaking 1,500. So if I stay on schedule, that's 4 months to get to. We're not going to get to. I think we'll get to 1,500 by the end of the year. So that'd be September, October, November. Yeah, by the middle of December to hit 1,500, I think. So it just shows you how much of a shift, because typically we do about 95, 96 shows a year. But come October, it's going to be 16 years doing podcasting, which is crazy. It's really absolutely crazy if, when I think about it, to be honest with you. And so anyway, we'll just keep firing them out here at this point. And appreciate the work that Kirk does in getting the show prep done. That is a magical time saver for me. Actually, what it does, it gets me time to get done with Raw Voice Blueberry stuff and be able to go get some dinner, then come back and do the show. And it really, it's that extra hour, hour and a half that I would normally spend doing show prep. He gets most of the prep done and is right on time with me, about being ready with it about 6:15 or 6:30. And then I get the show ready pretty quick. So anyway, yeah, if you're just tuning in or you skip to the end, we're taking DVD donations. I'll pay the shipping. Happy to do that. All right, everyone, thanks for being here. geeknews@gmail.com. Don't forget to support the sponsor GoDaddy, geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy, or come in with a one-time donation or sign up for a monthly donation of $2, $5, $10, $15, $20, or $25 a month. For all our insiders out there that continue to contribute to the show, you're my heroes. I definitely appreciate you guys so much. Your ongoing contributions to the show. Some of you have done a couple $1,000s already, and we really don't have any levels higher for you, but definitely appreciate those donations. All right, folks, we'll see you next time here on the Geek News Central podcast. Everyone take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.